think. But my idea, people think I'm anti-chess. No, I'm not anti-chess. I'm pro-chess. I'm trying to keep it alive. The old chess is you're banging your head against the wall with this theory that you were trying to find some little improvement on move, 18 or 20. It's ridiculous. It gets harder and harder and harder. You need more and more computers. You need more and more people working for you.
And less and less talent.
Yeah, and less creative. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Enjoyment, everything. Why?
Hello everyone. This channel has been created to share some resources for improving your Chess960 or Fischer Random Chess, as you might call it. Some call it Freestyle chess nowadays. So this chess is a variant of the normal chess with the back rank pieces being shuffled around with certain rules. One of the rules is that each person would have two opposite colored bishops, so one on light square and one on dark square. So the other rule is that the king must be placed between the rooks. This will allow castling like the classic game. And the third one is that the black position is exact mirror of the white's position. So these are the basic setups for the chessboard. And the rules are like normal chess, except castling, which is a bit different because the position of the rook and the king can be different to the classic chess. So the rule is that the final position after castling would be the same as the classic chess. So for example, with the long castle, the king would end up on the C file and the rook on the D file. And with short castle, the king will end up on G file and the rook on F file. So these are just the rules that you need to know. And the other one actually for castling is that the rook and the king should not have moved from their original place, and there shouldn't be any pieces between the movement of the king and where it will end up in the final square. The only other exception is that only one castling is allowed, because it is possible that the king would be on, let's say, the G file at the starting position, and one of the rooks can castle and the king would remain in the same square, and the castling would occur by just moving the rook. So that means that the king has not moved from its original square, and the second rook has not also moved from its square. So you could technically do another castling on the other side, but the rules say that you are allowed only one castling. So these are the basic rules. Now, let's talk about a bit of a history of this. This type of chess was introduced by or invented by Bobby Fischer, the 11th world champion. Yeah, although the actual shuffling of the pieces or randomizing the pieces goes back over 150 years. So one of the earliest known records of games featuring random piece placement was played in 1842, believe it or not, which is a very long time ago. And it was a game between Aaron Alexander, a German French chess player, and an unknown opponent. In that game, they randomized the pieces at the back rank, and the only difference was that the pawns were on G3 and B3, so they had moved one, and the same on the opposite side for black on G6 and B6. So you can see that this type of idea existed long time before Fischer introduced it. However, Fischer introduced this, and the idea was to avoid learning and memorizing a lot of opening theory. As you can imagine, the opening theory has developed so much in chess nowadays that at the top level, the more you analyze a position or an opening, the likely chance is that you would get a better advantage. So Fisher's idea was to avoid this memorization and bring fun and strategy back to the game, to shuffle the positions, and you end up with these 960 different variants in the shuffling of these pieces at the back rank with the rules I stated earlier. And Positions are numbered from 1 to 960, and position 518 is the classic position where the chess pieces are placed in the standard positions that you know it normally. And most competitions for freestyle would remove that 518th position to allow randomness. So in this game, obviously, you could say that the middle game starts from move 1 because the opening theory has not been developed. So we want to provide you with some information on how you can improve and what sort of moves you should make to be better at this style of chess. Because sometimes you can make a wrong first move and end up losing the position because you made the wrong move in the first move, and this can easily happen. In the first 2-3 moves, and you can lose the position. And there are the certain positions that white has advantage from just move 1. So you need to recognize these type of positions and what to do in what scenarios. So the idea is to give you some basic understanding of how this can be done and how you could improve your chess 960. So that's all I wanted to say for the time being. Let me know if you've got any comments or ideas about how can we do this. And this is getting a bit more popular nowadays, as you know. So it might be the next big thing that will happen in chess, and a lot of people would avoid memorizing so many openings. Yeah, the classic chess will not die this easily, but I think there will be a shift towards this type of chess because it's much more about strategies and the understanding of chess positions. So the middle game rules and the end game rules would remain the same. If you improve in those, obviously you would have a better chance of winning this type of game, but the starting positions are very important.